Hey everybody, it's the Sorgito here again. This time I'm bringing to you one of my newer favorite board games. I've been getting into board games a lot lately with a board gaming group that meets at my friendly local gaming store. My brand new favorite, the one I'm kind of addicted to at this point, is called Lords of Vegas. In this game, you get to play tycoons in Vegas just at the time that Vegas is beginning to get built up. In the board here, you've got parking lots that you start off with, and you turn them into casinos. The way this works, it's a pretty simple concept. You've got casinos. These are casinos, and you've got cards. Grab the cards out here really quickly. Find them first. Alright. As you can see here on this side of the board, the board folds out. It's a pretty good sized board. Let me just do that real quick to show you that. There we go. There's the board. As you can see, it's pretty big. But on this side of the board, you see that there are different colors of cards, different kinds of casinos you can build. Well, the cards that are inside the deck match those cards. There are 9 of each of the standard colors, like this, the silver, green, brown, etc. And then there are 4 of these strip cards. And one of the 4 strip cards is the Game Over card. You see that there. Well, basically, when you set up the deck, you cut this deck into 4 parts, put the Game Over card on top of the 4th part, and put everything back on top of that, after you shuffle it, of course. And then you start dealing out cards. To start off, each person gets 2 cards. They get the lots that are shown on the cards. In this case, it would be F7 and F8. And then the money that they're given to start with is the money that's down here at the bottom that says start. After the beginning of the game, this doesn't do anything. So since these are starting cards, the colors and everything don't matter. You deal 2 of those to each players, and you set them on top of the colored marks here on the board. The reason you do that is because, as I said, there's 9 of each color and 4 of the strips. That's going to come into play eventually. Because what you do is, once it's your turn, you take the money that you're given, and it's basically your standard game money, kind of like Monopoly money. Here it is here. The money is also very interesting, actually. If you look at there, you've got Frank Sinatra, you've got Elvis, and you've got... Sorry, Frank Sinatra is on the 5 million, actually. Dean Martin is on the 1 million, and Elvis is on the 10. So you got this money, you use this money to do a few things. And everything that you can do is actually detailed on this card. Each player gets a little card. And you can do any of these things on your turn that you want. But the primary thing you're going to do every turn is actually going to be building casinos. So the lots you get at the beginning of the game, you take these clear chips and put that on your casino. Well, as you might have seen when I held up the board here, the lots have dollar amounts listed. So this one here is $15. And if you notice, the die right there is 5. There's the number of it on top of there, so that corresponds to the cards you have. Well, what you do on your turn, if you're going to take a lot that you have a chip on, say I was going to build here on B1, this is where my chip is at, I take that off, cost me 15 million, I put 15 million into the bank out of my money, and then I take one of my corresponding colored dies, and I move it to the 5, which is what's on there, place that on the board, and then I'd say I have to choose a colored tile that's going to be my casino. What strategy works here is with the cards laid out here on the board showing you how many cards have come up. As it works into the game and you see, there are 8 purple cards already taken, gone. There's only 1 left, so it wouldn't make sense to build a purple casino. But oh, look at that, there's only 1 gold card that's come out so far. There are still 8 of those in there, so I'm going to build a gold casino. The way I do that is I put that card right around my die, like that, on the board, just like that. Easy enough. That's my casino. So what that does is every time a gold card comes up out of the deck, one of these cards, the gold color, like this, right here, then not only does the person get that lot, whoever's turn it is, but I would get money equal to the number of pips on the die that I have in gold casinos. That's how you make your money. You always get paid out for any lots that you haven't billed on. Those are 1 million apiece. But this one right here, this gold casino, would cost me 5 because it's got a 5 on there. And then after you get the money, you pay out victory points. And that's what's around the border of the board here that you might have saw just a moment ago, right here. This is your victory point track. You only score points if you're the boss of the casino. And the way that works is, say there's a gold casino here, and that I own that one. That's a 5. And then there was a gold casino right next to it. Well, that makes it a 2-block casino. It's not just one casino because they're adjacent to each other. If that had a different die in it, like, say, this one here, it's a red die, and that's a 6, mine's a 5, well, the red is higher than mine, so the red is the boss of the casino. The boss of the casino gets a number of victory points equal to the number of blocks that are in that casino. This is a 2-block casino, so therefore they get 2 victory points. As you go around the board, I'm going to show you just here in a moment. Down here at the bottom, these are just single. And then on the other side, when you get to the corner, you start having to go in 2 victory point increments. So once you reach this point, a single block casino isn't going to do any good for you in terms of victory points. You're going to have at least a 2-block casino to earn victory points enough to come up here, because those casinos count individually. They don't count together. You don't just add up all your victory points across the board and you earn that many victory points. You count up each casino individually. So say I had a 2-block casino down here, and then a 1-block casino up here, and then another one up here. Well, these two are 1 each, so I wouldn't go anywhere on the board down here, over here. I wouldn't go up at all, because I have to get 2 to move there. So only this one down here, that's 2 points, would make me move forward. So you understand that concept. It's pretty simple to grasp. Then the next thing that's on the board that's pretty interesting, on top of that, is you can do remodeling, which is taking up the tiles. And you can only do that if you're the boss of the casino. You take up the tiles, say if they're all gold, and gold is out there and you want to change it to silver because there's no silver out there yet. You pick those up and you change them over to silver. You can only do that if there are enough tiles left to do that casino. You have to replace all of them. You can't just do one. You have to do the entire casino. So as long as there's enough of the color you want left over that hasn't been used yet, you can take off the old ones and replace them. There's also another thing called reorganizing. It's kind of a forceful takeover, kind of. Basically, anybody can do this. Anybody that's part of the casino. You have to have part of the casino. You can't be a separate party and do this, but you don't have to be the boss, though, is what I'm getting at. You pay enough money equal to the number of pips total in the casino on all the dice, pick up all those dice and re-roll them, and then put them back where they belong. And whoever is now the boss of the casino. The old boss ceases to be the control of the boss unless they're the ones that still have the highest die in that casino. Any ties for the boss get re-rolled. Other ties doesn't matter. Another thing you can do, which also is awesome because this is a Vegas game, is gambling. You can only gamble once per turn, but you see here's the gambling track. If you roll 2, 3, 4, 9, 10, 11, or 12, you win gambling. If you roll anything else, you lose. On 2 and 12, you roll doubles on those, you actually get double whatever you wagered. So, just kind of quickly going through the game, that is the way it's played. It's a great game. I've played it now probably 7 or 8 times. I have not yet gotten sick of the game. It is a ton of fun. There's a lot of light strategy. I try to say that in a way to say that there is some strategy elements involved in the game, but it is light strategy. It's not like, say, a chess or anything else that's really like heavy duty in strategy. It is fun. It is very interesting. There is some chance elements, which makes it a little bit more kind of an edge of your seat sort of game than playing something that's totally strategy based. You kind of have to work with the strategy, and you also have to work with the chance element. Another good thing is I like the idea of the gambling, because you're not stuck with just whatever you've earned before your turn comes around. You can get more by throwing a little bit of luck to the wind, kind of a thing. But yeah, it's a great game. Check it out. It's tons of fun. That is Lords of Vegas. As you can see here, Lords of Vegas by Mayfair Games. It's a great game. Check it out. So there we go. There's my review of Lords of Vegas. Till next time, Keep having fun, keep playing games, and have a good one.